Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. And welcome to Requiem for London Chronicles, the City of Martyrs. And we begin our scene located at the Banshee's HQ, or fortified domain position where they strike out into London to reclaim it. An abandoned sort of warehouse that seems to be underneath a overground or BLR train bridge where the noise again sometimes deafens the area. This abandoned warehouse located in a very sort of secure, very remote location. Not many people come through during the daytime or the nighttime. And within this warehouse, we find ourselves with a mixture of ghouls, mercenaries, and some kindred. And after the events of Highgate, we see that the vast amounts of gold have been secured, safe. And we go to our one kindred, who is just perhaps recovering from the past few nights.
Astrid feels restless, I would say, is a good word for her mood, besides more agitation and a little bit of fear, just because of the thought that she almost didn't make it out of Highgate because she had to meet a quota. And as she's getting ready for the night, like getting washed up and everything, she's going through that night over and over and over again in her head, playing like, how could we have done better? How could have I done better? Clearly avoiding being, partially dominated by a ghost. Maybe not killing 40 people with a minigun. And no, she would totally still take the kill of squishing the martyr underneath the chandelier. No, she's owning that one. I think she'll just also own the kill of the nun, just because why in God's name would a nun be wielding a minigun? But there's a lot of mixed emotions. She's not happy with the gold. I mean, she's glad that they got the gold, but she didn't like how they had to go about getting the gold and all the hell that they had to go through for it. Seeing her uncle, blood uncle, literally almost be turned into a skeleton and in a full frenzy. Uncle Aiden does not frenzy. He is the nice one out of him and the hound, her sire. And that's another thing. Her sire has been acting weird. He's been very distant and preoccupied in his mind. And from her view and on the topic that it is, it doesn't seem like a good subject of being preoccupied. He's obsessed with this crusade and obsessed with that gold. Like, we enjoy the fighting. She understands that they must take back London. It's important to her sire, and she'll do what she can to fix that. But just completely overlooking an enemy like he had, such as the Enlightened, was just not really like him, she would say. And as she's looking around and, she's probably already hearing the woman speaking or probably speaking in her mind.
Yeah. You've not heard, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, to clarify, it was strange. It was as if you kept hearing mumbling all the time or sounds in your head as if he was kind of attached to this person. She was mumbling. It's like they were words of like panic, fear, got to get out, got to get out. Where are they taking me? Who is this? And it's actually flashes of emotion. Like you feel her fear. You feel her sense of panic as the days have gone by. It's faded though. It's kind of faded and it's kind of gone as if it was like your ears were ringing, but now it's kind of you can hear normally now, as if it's gone. But you had this kind of bizarre connection with her for at least about a day, half a day at least. But then it's sort of faded. And as you look around, yeah, you see, yes, the sort of mercenary ragtag group that the Banshees have formed in this place. Some are on guard duty, others are kind of doing routine maintenance, making sure the gears are properly checked, making sure their network or their internet connections working and setting up power. Some are reinforcing the place, others are kind of setting up the Wi-Fi. You know, says these sort of simple mad things. But as you look around, you do spot one individual who seems to have taken note of you, perhaps sitting or being sort of thoughtful or distracted almost. And you see Jonathan sort of slowly approach you. He doesn't speak to you. He never speaks first. He merely sort of bows and nods. He's a very well trained ghoul.
Good morning, Jonathan.
He pauses because, of course, it's not morning, it's evening, but he just pauses and smirks and sort of just goes, "It'd be a fine morning, lass."
Well, evening for you. Correct
It's
myself.
whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be.
How's everything moving along?
We're just setting up the wires now. We're getting this place sorted. It's been a while since we've been here. The items you retrieved from Highgate have been secured down below, and your guest has been set up in one of the rooms upstairs.
That's my next trip to go check on her. She's kind of like mentally preparing herself for that talk too. Just like, alrighty, this should be fun. I got this.
He does look. Yeah, he does. He does look to you. Just begging your pardon, miss. Just making sure you're okay. You seem a bit down in the dumps lately, opposed to your usual lively self.
Just the whole situation. I don't know. For some reason, to me, I figured it could have gone a different way than it had been. And just going through in my mind, like how we could have done it a little bit more.
You don't need to roll because you've known him for a while and you can tell when he's bluffing, when he's not bluffing. But you can tell that even he's sort of raises an eyebrow and just goes, "It was a bit of a bloody mess, and I rushed the job. I like to see things done a bit more professionally, but the master seemed to wish to rush things and thought it took an acceptable risk." Like,
Yeah, I know.
I did want to also point out I saw the other wee master, Sachet. His face appears to be on the news now.
What? That'll like instantly, like better than a cup of coffee or anything, wake her up, be like, wait, what?
It's all over the fucking telly. Something about a murder at some Roman museum up Covent. 6 people, 2 kids. They're blaming on him. Again, I don't question what your motives are. I just follow orders, but thought you'd like to know.
Like she wants to just scream and shout and let it all out, but in the end, she just kind of Takes a breath. Thank you, Jonathan. I will be having a talk with Sasha.
Well, yes, mistress. I'll leave you to that. Anything else? Yeah, just give old Jonathan a wee nod. I'll make sure you get it.
All right. Thank you.
And again, he kind of tips this imaginary hat that he has, and it's so bizarre because he is dressed really in a punk, like ghetto, angry. He's got blood. He hasn't washed for a few days. He's really grimy and horrid. But there's something so gentlemanly about him in a very peasant sort of way. He's very polite and respectful to his higher ups, and he always has that feel back. He always does that. He never breaks or gets angry. He's always quite joyful. But he leaves you to, and he of course directs you or points you to where you need to go.
As she's walking over there, she's just like, "Wait, when was that murder?" God damn it! Like mad at herself now because she didn't ask more questions. Grab out her phone and like Google it.
Yeah, don't worry. In either case, you can look it up on the news. The BBC have a full article about it. Please ring this number, contact the police. Murder, 6 people killed in Covent Garden, Roman Museum reliquaries. It gives you the dates, whether you were all in town at that point, what he was doing on that day, you're not sure. You know, he's a private kindred such as you, so you're not entirely sure what he was up to.
Yeah, but he wouldn't lose it that. I mean, Sasha will do stupid stuff. She wouldn't believe that he would do that stupid of attacking children along with it. Yeah, she'll ask him later. She's got to talk to this woman.
Okay, so you proceed and you go through again thoughts and questions raising your head because of all the bloody occurrences in the past night. Is it beyond belief that one of your kind have gone too far or pushed themselves too far? But in either case, separate matter. You go up some stairs. Actually, no, you go into like an old elevator shaft, one of these big, heavy elevator shafts that's meant to lift up like heavy cargo. And the shutters close before you. One of the sort of guards presses a button to let you up. It's a very slow elevator. It takes some time, but you reach like the sort of a 3rd floor, and it leads out to a very empty sort of area. And you see where there's kind of like a self-made medical area where they've just stored some medical supplies, some basic boxes and bits and bobs. And there's a kind of a room that's like an old office that they seem to have converted into like a small prison, just a sort of locked up area. They seem to have her in there, and she's kind of pacing back and forth in the room. You can see through the sort of windows, which have been sort of, nailed up or barred up through the gaps in the windows. That she's pacing a lot.
Did she ever give a name?
No, I don't think she did. I maybe, but no, not at the moment. I don't think so.
Well, I see you're already up, and she'll just walk in and walk up to the window.
Her leg is chained at the moment. I think the guards would have chained her leg up. There's a lot of chain. She just simply can't get out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks to you and this individual, and she is, of course, battered, bruised. She's got markings, these sort of Christian crosses that have been burned into her flesh, other ruins and marks that seem to scatter around her arms and on her chest. She's got a massive black eye and a kind of thick lip, and she's definitely has been through sort of hell and back. And she's even very quite thin from just lack of nourishment or food. She's somewhat starved almost. And she looks to you and just simply says, "Do I look fucking all right?"
I was just saying good morning. Have you eaten yet?
My stomach still hurts. I can't eat too much.
All right. Don't rush that.
Look, just
Ugh.
look, I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anything about this place. I won't tell anything about you. I just let me go. Just let me walk out, and nothing bad will happen. Nothing, no trouble will happen. No one will come. None of you have to die.
Well, no one will have to die anyways. Who would we be in danger from?
Everyone. Everyone's going to come after me. And when they come after me, they'll kill everyone that is even around me or near me.
Why? What are you? You smell weird, but you don't smell human.
Ah, well, can I at least know the name of the one that's kept me captive here?
Astrid. I believe gave that to you on the first night.
Well, I wasn't quite all together. If
I know. It's understandable.
well, Astrid is such a pretty name. She sort of looks to you and sort of close eyed and just simply like, look, I'm sorry. I just it's been a very stressful couple of months, and I'm thankful that you helped me and got me out of that situation. But I'm trying to help you. And she kind of, are you sitting down or leaning or standing?
Leaning towards the windows, standing.
She kind of, oh, you inside the room or outside the room?
Outside. Sorry. On the other side of the glass.
Outside. So, oh, actually, I would say there is no glass. It's kind of been removed. It's just like the boarded, like it's kind of boarded up and off the iron bars, wooden planks, whatever. She kind of like leans up against the wooden planks and holds out her hand and just simply says, I'm Cassandra.
She'll shake it.
Right. As you do, she will hold onto your hand in a firm grip and shake it. But I need to make a roll here whether you find something odd or don't.
Oh boy.
And this will be nothing terrible, don't worry. But this will be a presence. So from her, we'll make it. She is good at this, so manipulation. Let's say -4 dice. So that would be your wits and empathy. -4 dice.
Okay. Wits, empathy, 2. Empathy, because I always think of the. Oh, it's a chance.
Is it a chance die?
It's a chance.
The character, unfortunately, is just very good at flying one, but not.
Alright, so.
It's a chance dice, so just a D10. So you could get a 10.
It was repeat.
Hashtag repeat. The dice number space D10.
6.
6, okay, but it's not a critical failure. So she just shakes your hand, and she shakes it for a while, and then keeps talking to you, and just going, well,
raises an eyebrow.
Of course, no, you raise your eyebrow, but there's nothing very suspicious or very evil about what she's doing. She's just shaking your hand, and it's as if she's focusing quite heavily on you and just going, so what are you doing in a place like this? I mean, I get the rest of these ruffians, but you?
Orders are orders.
And there's an oh yeah, sorry, carry on. No, carry on.
But she'll kind of like just still raising an eyebrow. She'll be like, but I had some questions before I just let you waltz out of here.
And while you're saying this, she's a bit glass-eyed. It's as if she's really like focusing on something in the background, focusing on something behind you. You even kind of check behind you to make sure on the guards that hey, I'm putting a silly face or something. But as she looks at you, then suddenly she just takes her hand away very quickly, and then holds her hand as if something was grabbing it or something was just pulling it, and she's shaking slightly, and her demeanor really changes to one that's cold and somewhat frightened almost, and she just sort of shakes her head like Yeah. I'll answer. I'll answer some questions. Um, just don't hurt me or anything, okay?
I haven't hurt you so far.
Yours always do. The wailing of the banshee, isn't it?
Again, so far.
Well, look, you saved me. I'll do my best to ask some questions, but I want to go. And like I said, you can blindfold me. You can just let me leave. Anything you want. Just let me go, and it's for your own good. Believe me. But what do you want? What do you want to know?
Well, my first question, what are you?
Uh, I see things. Things pop out of the air. Some are good. Some are bad. Either case, they give me these monstrous migraines.
You getting one right now?
She looks at her hand and sort of like, yeah, clenches it and just like, it's it's a handy trick to know who's who and what's what. Doesn't always work.
Listen, my uncle was nearly turned into a skeleton because he's also the one that told me to make sure that we got you out. I almost dropped a raptor on that nun, which would have gotten you. But my uncle, who I respect, asked me to get you out. So, I need you to take a breath because we're going to be here for a minute.
She just breathes, nods and nods. Like, seems to agree.
Why would the enlightened want you? Because you are able to see things?
I I predicted a lot of things that some they liked, of course. But as soon as I started to tell them about things they didn't like, they decided to lock me in a goddamn dungeon for like 2 years. And she points to some of the marks on her arms and on her chest and on her face. This stuff will not goddamn heal. I'm stuck with this.
While you were with the enlightened, did you see anything with them? Um, did they say anything around you? Or did you read anything off of them?
Look, they turned up. They took over. I was on my own. I had nowhere else to go. They took me in. Just a Highgate cemetery. They were setting up the place, taking it back from your kind. I just did my best to keep my head above the drowning water. But as soon as I started to tell them about your kind returning, well, they didn't like it. They wanted a different answer. And of course, no one ever listens to me. I keep telling them these things, what I see, what to do, and everyone just keeps ignoring me and does the complete opposite. And it ends up going bad in either way. But I didn't see them. I didn't sense them. Like I said, these visions, they come and go. I don't control
You
it.
can't control it.
Some of it, sometimes. And actually, she kind of tingles a finger slightly and then kind of like leans in a very sort of subtle way and licks her lips and just sort of goes, there's something that helps keep me in control, helps my abilities. That could help you.
That eyebrow is raising again, just like, what the hell are you talking about, lady?
Well, let's. You're. I know what you are. I know what you can do, and I know what you taste like. Perhaps you can give a poor girl some free drinks.
Are you a ghoul?
Ah, more like a pet than anything.
Who is your original owner?
Oh, she just squints her eyes. She's dead.
Or who is your owner?
She died. Night of storms. Gone.
Who was she?
She really doesn't want to say. And she sort of bites her lip and just says, "It doesn't matter. She's dead. She's no relevant. She tried to help me with my abilities, teach me. The blood helps, makes me able to focus." And
Kind of
she
thinking
leans
to
again.
herself.
She leans in close. She sort of even bites her upper lip to cause it to bleed a bit. And
Oh,
of
that
course,
bitch.
for any kindred, that's just a bit of a just that your nostrils flare up. That yeah, she's definitely a ghoul and a very well trained ghoul at that. He definitely knows how to please kindred master.
Right. I feed you. I want more answers, which means you might spend a little bit more time.
Just a simple girl that's like a drink. That's all. And yes, I can give you some more answers.
She's like contemplating it. She's like, I want some damn answers. But do I really want to give this woman blood? My blood? uh Looking around, is there a camera?
No, there's only the one guard, but he's trained. He'll do whatever you say. Your kindred,
Is he
he's a ghoul.
looking in or is he facing out the door?
Facing away, he's facing out the door. He's bored. He's not really paying attention. Per se. There are no cameras.
For the good of the banshees. For the good of the banshees. Like she's muttering to herself, for the good of the banshees. And if I find out more information about the Enlightened, that just makes my job a hell of a lot easier. Ah, damn it. Yeah, she'll grab a knife out. And
I think just from the will of the blood, you can't just will the blood out of you. It is a bizarre thing. You don't really have to just cut.
oh, do it. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever you want. It is a weird thing with kindred. They control the blood. They can literally pour it out of their fingernails, out of their eyes, out of their mouths, out of their wherever. It's irrelevant.
In my hand, I'll will out a point of blood.
Okay, yeah, she just, as soon as that blood starts pooling in your hand, it's so strange. It like ethereally just sort of comes through the skin and just sort of appears around your hand. And she immediately just jumps down to it. And oh yeah, she'll start drinking and just licking up as much as she can from your hand. And it is quite a pleasurable experience even for you, given that it is that it's just the beast flares up. It's the beast forcing itself on another person as she's just lapping up, and she'll try and take as much as she can. So what do you give her?
Just the point.
Just the point. Okay, so you will it, but then you stop it.
Yes.
You stop it, and then she's still just licking your hand like dry. She licks every finger. It's finger licking good. It's just every little orifice, every surface area where there's a bit of vitae. She'll continue to lick it, and then she just lets out this groan of just, oh god. Damn, that's good.
Kind of clear her throat.
And yeah, at this point you see her face, and of course her face is just covered in sort of blood that she did again is just licking around. And then she's just looking up at you from the floor at this point, and then kind of realizes what state she's in, and sort of politely kind of straightens herself up and sort of uses a bit of cloth or whatever clothing to kind of brush away her face, and then just goes, right, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? And she's a lot more focused. You can tell she's not shaking as much. She's not as irritable as Darwin. She still doesn't. It's not that strange effect of when someone is ghouled, they instantly become somewhat younger or fresher or more appealing. She still looks like that, but she seems a lot more mentally focused, mentally capable. And it's as if there's a light, just a load has been lifted off her mind. And she just looks to you, just goes, so what do you want to know?
How do we stop the enlightened?
Hell if I know, darling. All I know is some of these visions, the visions they didn't like.
What were the visions you had that they didn't like?
It involved a lot of these birds, red-eyed birds, coming to London.
Birds?
They started pecking at the corpses there. They started to poison the waters. They started to just putrefy the place. They didn't like that. That's when they first hit me. Then something about something the birds were drawn to. They're all going gathering around this dragon, a big dragon. And the dragon,
like a dragon outside of a specific pub.
we'll let people lead on to whatever thoughts they have of that. She's just it's weird. It's like she's trying to recall a dream. She's really trying to hard recall a dream. She's under this dragon. There's a sleeping dragon. And it's guarding something underneath. Something black, foul and black, and I don't know. There's more to it, but I can't remember the rest. I need more blood. I need more blood to use my abilities.
Mm-hmm. Like, doesn't really say much. Just goes, yeah. You need more blood suddenly, and it's just like, man, who does that sound like?
Look, I don't make the rules for this. Okay, I have these visions. They're like dreams. They come and go, and I forget. My brain doesn't remember them, but the blood always helps. The blood helps. The more blood, the more I can focus, the more I can understand, and the more I can see it. I mean, come on. For Banshee, you're really tight.
I'm what? just again, just like it catches her off guard. She's like, "Wait, I'm what?"
She looks as if, like, again, it's the diction. It's confusing, and it's like kind of she's getting angry. Like, come on, just a bit of extra blood. And then she realizes he says that. Just simply goes, "Oh, I overheard one of the guards. You know, I know you're kindred. I know you're. You know, London's been abandoned. You're coming back, and you know, I know of the banshees. I've heard of you lot before."
Tight? Like, it's still confusing. You're just like, I'm tight? I figured, yeah. I'm the most casual going one around if I can just pick up a minigun and shoot everybody in the freaking place.
Yeah, so she's just like, come on, just a little bit more blood. I'm sure I can refocus. I'll even tell you about the guy you think you killed.
That I think I killed?
Yeah.
All of a sudden her freaking hopes just goes. Can a martyr grow back?
I don't know about growing back, but I don't know. He always just somehow just comes back. I think. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen him. I think it was twice. There was a car accident.
Like blood and gore car accident, like pieces and intestines were all over the place.
He just always comes back. He keeps disappearing. He keeps coming back. This is one of the reasons I want to get the hell out of here. Because he's going to be coming for me. I don't care what you say. He's going to come for me, and I don't want to be here when he does.
She's probably just witnessing like a miracle of a vampire paling more. Becoming paler than how we normally look. She doesn't have flesh of health on, so she is quite pale right now.
Oh yeah, there's that look.
She's
Just,
in her
you're
haven.
like a statue at the moment. You're kind of just sort of really. Your eyes are still twinkling, but there's just that lifeless, sort of no movement to you.
But she pales even more. She's just like, oh no.
She just looks. Because look, I can tell you a lot more. I'll give you all the details. Just give me just a little bit more blood. Just a little bit more blood. That's it. The last time. It's the last time I ask.
Don't make me make you pinky promise. Will's another point of blood because she's just like, I need to fucking know what's going on.
She immediately just like gores herself and devours even more of the sweet that you've got before you. Same experience. She's a little bit more patient. She seems to enjoy it this time. She's really taken the time draining it from you. It is just, oh God, it's so good. And you can hear her just sort of like mumbling under her mouth as she's drinking, like, oh, it's so good. And just drinking and drinking. And she says, oh, I've not had it fresh like this for a long time. Just sort of like starts again licking each like little tiny bit. And then looks up back at you and just goes, okay, the rest of the video is the dragon. Yes, now I remember. I can remember it now. I remember. Yes. Under the dragon. The shadow. Shadow, a thing, an object, forged in absolute darkness. Darkness. No light has ever touched it, ever seen it. Oh, her face kind of rinses at terror as if she's remembering now what she saw.
That all.
And then she's really starting to freak out and shakes her head like, "Oh, you bastards! You're gonna make it. You're the pool, the blood pool, the shadow. You can't put them together. Don't put them together. That's fire. And she's kind of like looking all around her like fire everywhere. London's burning. Everything's burning. And she's just looking around. And her face is sort of freaking out a bit here at this point. And she sort of crouches into the corner and starts to sort of have a fit almost, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna smack her like a 2-year-old having a fit in a minute.
Yeah, she's just
no,
sort of,
that's not it.
she's having a fit at the moment.
Oi, hey, stop it. Like walks over and just be like, okay, why is London burning?
Right, and then at this point, she kind of snaps out of it as if she's really realised something, and just simply goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then we're going to do a roll here, and she's going to do something to you.
Oh, damn it!
So she's going to. You probably have a good chance to resist it because you have got, because you add your blood potency to this. So she's going to activate an ability. Sorry, I'm just looking up right now. But it's as if suddenly a sharp needle has just been fired into your mind, into your thoughts, and you're kind of drawn back to something. And just for the rule's sakes, I will tell people that this is the Lay the Open Mind that she's about to perform on you. So this is going to be her Intelligence Socialize plus Auspex versus your Resolve and Blood Potency.
Okay. I have
So you roll your Resolve plus Blood Potency.
Oh man, where's my blood potency? Do I not have that on here? God damn it.
I can't remember what you have now. Actually, no, I've got it in front of me.
Okay.
I'll type it to you.
So,
How come, John? Look, the sheet's all weird and stupid. I think you've only got. Was your character young or old? Oh, I can't remember now.
she's 76. She's a neonate.
Just a 70. Yeah, I think you're just the normal. Unless I could see it otherwise, because I can't see you spending. You have to spend at least XP to gain that extra BP, which you haven't done, so you wouldn't have it. So
No.
Yeah, so it's just the one. You're neonate. You're young. You're fledgling still. So it's your resolve plus 1, basically.
So 3.
Yes. But you could get exceptionals. You could get very loads of dice. So let's see what happens. For every success, something else will happen.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, we'll see if she gets a few successes. Oh no, it's a lot of dice she rolls actually. 11. Oh no, it's 10 dice. Oh, three 10s plus an 8.
Jesus Christ!
I keep rolling 10s. I apologise to my players. I don't mean to keep rolling 10s all the time. So repeat 3d10s. Another 10. Oh, it's way above. Yeah, it's an exceptional even. So, okay. So what does it say for exceptional? Memory says dots.
Nope. Wait.
The individual may retrieve as many deep memories as he has dots and aspects before paying details to uncover more. So she can actually recover as many memories as well. So it's as if a sharp needle just pierces your thoughts. And so your head, you're drawn back as if something's just pulled you out of your body and thrown you back, and you find yourself reliving the moment you was embraced.
Ah, shit.
You feel those punches to your ribs.
Oh.
You feel you've been kicked on the floor, the cough, the blood. You feel human again. And it's quite shocking. Just that it's as if you're reliving it.
Feeling that pain.
Yes, that old human pain. And you really feel it. And you realize where you are, but it's like a dream. It's like a weird dream where you're caught up in it. You know it's a dream, but you still kind of act it out. So we could just act this out. So you'll literally have these two individuals who are just pummeling the hell out of you. And you hear them sort of talking over you, just going, this little bitch is nothing. She scratched me up. I say we finish her.
Not today. And just start moving to fight again like I did.
Yeah, you reenact it. You give them, you dodge a few of their hits, and they seem to be playing with you. The other guy seems to laugh as he watches his friend trying to go at you. But you weave, you dodge. But this guy is so fast, so he doesn't look as if he should be this good, but he just naturally somehow is. He keeps dodging your blows. And though he only just does these sort of light hits on your chest, they feel like you're being hit by boulders. It's just some crunch. And you feel your collarbone just like break as this punch he lands just on you. And again, you can't use your left arm now. It's just that's it, that's gone. But you keep dodging. You keep trying. What do you do next to this guy?
Just keep moving forward. Use my other hand if I have to. Hell, I mean, adrenaline's going through my system. Use my dead arm right now to just wheel it around and smack him in the face if I have to. Just keep moving.
Yeah, you keep weaving, dodging, but he catches up on you. At one moment, you kind of turn to try and maneuver around him, or at least get some spacing behind him. Between you. But then suddenly he just moves and just appears in front of you, as if your vision was blurred, as if your vision's got tunnel vision, as if something he wasn't seeing it right. But then he's right in front of you and just gives you a massive headbutt straight to the face, quick. And you feel your nose crunch and sort of break in as that and you land on the floor. At this point, you're still trying to pick yourself up, but this is it. You've been beaten here. And he
I'm dying.
grabs you and he lifts you up and holds you to like the wall. And you, I don't know, the thoughts go through your mind. God, I'm going to die in this shitty alley outside this club.
Yeah. It's exactly like as soon as I'm pinned up against that wall, it's that same thought. I'm dying tonight. Oh man.
But as
it's the acceptance, kind of like I'm dying again.
yeah, it's weird. You're reliving it, and there is a kind of that fear of death. It's been so long since you've actually felt that real passionate fear of death. Well, now you've been into torpor now and then, but it's that real sense of mortality that is so exciting, fresh. It's just something you've not felt for so long now. And even the heart pumping in your chest, the blood pouring out of your wounds, God, it feels good. It feels so good to have this memory again, even though it's so painful at the same time. It's your worst and yet best memory for some reason. And this guy, he's looking at you, he's licking his lips. It's that same look that you've given other people, that look of, I'm just going to eat you and enjoy every second of it.
Yeah.
But at this point, you can never remember this clearly. It's always a bit blurry. You just remember this magnificent person coming to help, to save you, to give you an offer, a deal, a tough individual. But it's not. You don't remember it this way. It's different somehow. It's as if the memory's clear, as if you can actually see it clearly, as if a filter's kind of been removed from it. And this person that you remember being really like entranced by, inspired by it almost, he instead just appears cold, rough. You just see those glaring eyes staring at your broken form, your broken body. And you see the hound before you, old sire. And he looks at the two gentlemen going, I thought you'd finish this bitch off by now. And they both make their excuses. She surprised us, she got lucky. And then he kind of, you always remember it that he looked at you in a way of being inspired by your great effort to hold on. But it's not the same. He's looking at you as if he was a piece of meat. Like just something, a dog that was hit by a car. He even goes up to you and kind of checks out your features, tilts your head, looks at your teeth, and then looks at your fingers and your knuckles, which are a bit bloodied and bruised now. He just simply just sort of looks to her. She might make something of herself. Well, she'll be good cannon fodder anyway. Hey, love, can you hear me? And then at this point, you remember the conversation.
Yeah.
This is the point you remember. She goes, I'm here to offer you a deal. Would you like to be all you can be?
I mean, of course, it's just like, I don't want to die. It's that feeling of like, I'm going to die, but at the same time, I don't want to die. So she would accept it still.
So again, this memory is still clear, but it's not inspiring. It's really terrible. It's the deal of like someone is just looked like he's just found a dog and is deciding to whether to bother bring it to the vet or not, to keep it alive, or whether just to keep going. And it's so different from how you remember it. You remember it being very inspiring. It was always your connection with your sire, but it's different now. And at this point, the rest of the conversation goes as it always has. But then at some point, he looks to the individual and says, just like, knock her out, put her in the trunk, make sure she doesn't die. I'll see you in a few days. And at this point, you see the guy in front of you just sort of look at you. He goes, you're so lucky that he wants you for cannon fodder. And then just smashes you in the face and knocks you out. And at this point, your memory, you don't remember that. You don't remember that bit. And it's like this fog was over your mind at the time. And you know what? You feel it. It's that fog that's been used on you before. It's that majesty. It's that ability of making others enticed by you. feeling of attachment to someone, even though they are cold, evil, thoughtless. You always appear just happy to see them, or entranced by their presence. And you've never sort of seen it in those two sort of different versions in your memory, really hit you that way. But at this point, when you get smacked out and you're blacked out, and at this point you come to and you're back in the room, you're back in the warehouse room. But at this point, you kind of awaken, and your thoughts are heavy, and then you realize that you've been chained to the wall. And you see the guard in front of you's knocked out. He's on the floor. And he's kind of dribbling a bit, as if he's sort of having some kind of a fit or a seizure, as if she's done something to him as well. And you just see, but I must admit, he probably would have gotten off like a wound or an injury on her. So there'll be a bit of blood. I'm definitely going to say there's definitely, you can smell her blood in the air. She's definitely been hurt or injured somehow, trying to escape.
Oh, bitch, you're dead.
And then at this point, we'll go to your final thoughts. But basically, the telltale little droplets of blood that lead out to a window that's been smashed in, and the strong night air blowing through as this individual has tried to escape. And at this point, we'll go to your final thoughts as you're chained to the radiator.
Oh, she is gonna freaking break that radiator, get untied, unchained, and
oh, it's easy, yeah.
She's like, "Oh, that bitch is getting tracked, and she's better pray to God that I lose her." Oh, night officially ruined. I need a drink.
And I think at this point we'll happily end scene. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show.